This is the Mercedes EQS, and it will be the most discussed car of this year. Check our comment section and you'll see what I mean. It's the all-electric S-Class, totally new EV building platform. Let's check it out right here directly in the front. This three-dimensional star pattern grille, everything has a seamless design, it's kind of integrated, so it does look EV, yes. Headlamps, the same as the normal S-Class, starts with a high beam LED from standard and optional a pixel light called digital light for even more performance, even special projections on the road. And this light strip that goes all the way across the vehicle. I already have the key in my pocket here. I hope I can keep it. There it is. We also know it from the normal S-Class, and then when I open or close it, you can see here the turning indicators. I know you always like to see that right there. Another interesting thing with the front hood is, you can see here, it is leaping over to the wheel arches, so the classic cutting in design line is gone. This is a very interesting new design element, but the question is, do you like it? And when we move towards the side profile, obviously the first thing you notice is it does not have the typical three-box design like hood, then the housing, and then the trunk. This is the so-called one bow design. It's just one line that flows from here over to there. And the question is, do you like this new design scheme? It is definitely quite unusual. It does not have the typical car look. The first time someone is doing that here for such an executive vehicle. And by this, maybe also raindrop design, they reach a CD value, that's the wind coefficient, by 0.20, and that's actually a new record for a series production vehicle. Wheels, by the way, come from 19 to 22 inch. These here are 21 inch wheels in the AMG styling. However, for even more wind efficiency, you can also get special aero wheels. And one more thing about the wind efficiency here, when I open the vehicle, the door handles fold out. It's an option with the normal S-Class, and here it's also a standard feature. The length of 5 meters 20 or 205 inches ends right here. It's, by the way, comparable with the normal S-Class, and also the wheelbase is approximately the same. Interesting here, the light strip goes all the way across the vehicle, also in the rear, and when we open the vehicle, we also have a nice light show right then here in the tail lamps, and these are the turning indicators in the lower part. Other than that, also the seamless design here at the rear. Are these fake exhausts? I would say no, and this is a diffuser style, so this is really very well done design-wise. At least they're very consistent with what they've done. No, not everyone has to like it design-wise, but it's a super consistent design at least. And interesting technology-wise also, there is a standard rear axle steering, 4.5 degrees in the opposite direction in the front wheel as standard, and optional you can go for a 10 degrees in the opposite direction. That is done via a software upgrade also later on, or directly ordered. Wait a minute. So it is theoretically possible that the car can do that, but you do not get it from ordering. On the one hand, you can say customer ripoff. On the other hand, I mean, in modern online games, you order a new sword or new guns or something. That's probably something where the automotive industry is heading to, that you really can order features later on, although they're technologically already possible right now from purchase. However, there's one thing I wish they didn't do or didn't offer it. That's the two-tone paint. No. What's your take on that? However, interesting is that you get an air suspension also as a standard equipment. So that's really cool. You have a lot of standard equipment already with this vehicle. That's a very cool thing. I mean, it's especially strange that the two-tone paint goes also here then to the wheel arches. However, what's really cool, when you take a look at it in detail, you cannot feel a difference from the one paint to another. This is really a very nice paint job. Imaginary comment, Thomas, what's that? Yeah, I also discovered that, and it's actually here, fill gap for the wiper fluid. They put it here because of the special design of the hood and also the large HEPA filter they have installed. You cannot open the hood yourself. That's why wiper fluid goes in there. Yeah, and you just heard it, a huge HEPA filter to filter the outside air that goes then to the inside. However, it's not available with the inside air circulation, but there's another also, quite nice filter for the inside air circulation, when someone has corona or something. Yeah, nowadays we know it would have been better if it goes through the HEPA filter, but when this car was developed, no one was quite sure about what corona is. please subscribe to Autogefuehl if you haven't done so far. Also to get the latest tech updates, because here we have the cutaway model, either 90 kilowatt hours net, the battery size, or the bigger one, 108 kilowatt hours. And this is supposed to give you a range, and I give the conservative figures, more than 700 kilometers or more than 400 miles. You'll see the official figures being even a little bit higher, but I try to keep them a little bit lower that no one is really disappointed later on. We always try to give you more realistic figures. Then power size is really interesting. You either get a rear-wheel drive model or an all-wheel drive model. The rear electric motor is always bigger, and then you have horsepower figures from 333 up to 520 horsepower, and later on even more with a special AMG model. We'll see how that one turns out. You can really see that here in the rear you have the charging module and the bigger electric motor, whereas here in the front is the smaller one. So that means even if you have the all-wheel drive model, it will still be somewhat rear-wheel biased because the rear electric motor is more powerful. Top speed, by the way, will be 210 kilometers an hour or 130 miles an hour. Charging goes 11 kilowatt AC, optional 22 kilowatt AC. Hey, come on, they should have put it standard equipment. And then the DC charging up to 200 kilowatt. That means then in 15 minutes you can recharge 300 kilometers or 190 miles. Heading towards the interior, I want to show you a special feature. So when I approach this vehicle, you've seen it here? Get a little bit closer, the door handles fold out, that's step one. And when I get even closer, then this vehicle is also equipped with the optional function that the door here opens itself. I wasn't doing anything, so really cool feature. We know one car that has that, the Tesla Model X, and they basically copied that. But I think it's a good copy because it makes sense. It's just a very luxurious feature. And we also know from Tesla Model X, when I hit the brake pedal here, yeah, just has to go step away. There we go, hitting the brake pedal, and then the door is closing. It's a feature, I've been driving the Tesla Model X for a longer time, and you just enjoy it every day when you use it. It's just a cool feature. But I want to start with the sporty interior, the AMG line. First of all, door closing sound. Interesting, that almost sounds like this old school G-Class door closing sound, doesn't it? Listen again. Really nice, not like this really low tone, subtle closing sound, but really like, as I said, old school G-Class. So I like it, really interesting. And I mean, it's frameless, so even more impressive. Then, interior here with new materials. This is called Neotex. It's a mix, I would say, of microfiber and with like neoprene texture to it, so it's a little bit slicker but not super slick, something in between, but very interesting. It feels high class. Here the same. Then a classic microfiber, and they call it Micro Cloud now with a new supplier. And here we have some wooden veneers. Of course, different stylings are possible, and this being the AMG line interior means we have the AMG steering wheel with the split here and capacitive buttons. Yeah, that's what we don't find that great to control while driving. This is animal surface still. However, they are developing a solution to make it also from works. At the moment, you can also just retrofit it if you like. However, the seats here in the AMG line are completely animal-free and therefore also fulfilling their sustainable luxury approach. In the middle part, then the microfiber, then this Neotex material as a part in between, and a classic Artico or MBUX leatherette on the outside. This is also from the seat form, the sport seat. You can see it's more like an integrated structure. However, the head restraint is still somewhat, it's a mix of integrated and attached. Really interesting. What about testing it? There we go. And then I can also tell you, because in the other vehicle we have the comfort seat, what's the difference? And yes, it's a sport seat, but it's an S-Class, so it's still somewhat open. It's not a caged-in sport seat. It still more has this luxurious approach. And wow. Taking a seat here, of course, we can see the Hyperscreen, soon more details to that. But the more interesting thing is, you have to control everything here from the inside of the doors. So while reviewing it, it's not a handy solution, but when sitting here, that's actually quite okay. So putting in a lowest position, we know there's a low roof line, and with the one with 86 or 601 still leaves some headroom. You can see here this panoramic roof. You have a slider to open it. Once again, is it good that it's a slider? No. This looks more, futuristic or something, but using it with hard buttons, it's always better to control. That's the thing. I'm not sure if we can get rid of that one once again. You can also open it really So it's not only a fixed panoramic roof. And this is the new Hyperscreen. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is like an overload as a first impression, because then you have digital instruments 12.3 inch, passenger screen 12.3 inch, and here 17.7 inch central screen. This and this is OLED. The digital instruments are not. You can see some detailed difference of that. However, the standard screen would be 12.8 inch, like we know from the new Mercedes S-Class. So the Hyperscreen always an option. When you go for the more classic look, so to say classic look, then you have more, veneer possibilities here on the right side. This way as only the screen. The glass here of the screen, by the way, is crafted in the same way than camera lenses are being crafted. So yeah, they were really proud to point that out. So more details to all of the screens. I would like to know from you guys, is it too much or is it just right for modern times? Neotex material here on top of the dashboard. Again, it's really nice feeling material. It also has a very newish, clean look. And then here the matte wood styling for the middle console. But again, you can get different colors and also material choices for that. And the microfiber left and right. So a nice build quality. You can slide this open. Then you have some cup holders. You can push them to fold them out. Inductive charging mat, 2 USB-C chargers. Actually reasonable space here. And even underneath this console, so you can shake hands with yourself or with your co-driver, of course. So holding hands here underneath is possible with this huge cubby space. And then on top here is the start-stop button, driving mode selector. And then here, soft opening once again for the split armrest with more USB-C devices. Screens. We start with the digital instruments. IR light can only be seen on camera, not from you and I. And then you have adjustments here. You can have the map all over the place right there, or you can have a more sporty view like this. So a lot to choose in here. Whoa, this looks fancy, doesn't it? What's your favorite style here? 2 head-up displays available, either normal classic one or an extended one with augmented reality function, as seen as in our S-Class driving review. Warning, do not let MBUX distract you from the traffic situation. Yeah, that's I think the central clear warning of this system. Are we at the Illuminati or something? I don't know. So here then the climate unit. This is of course not that well to control while driving. Nice ambient lighting simulation, and by the way at the inside of the doors and also all the way over the dashboard. Then here this is the home screen, and this looks familiar like with the normal MBUX. For example, let's take a look here at the GPS. Ooh, this is really impressive, pretty cool. We don't have the best web connection here, by the way, and this glass is also curved really. You can feel that when you handle it with the touch. Here we go. Settings of the vehicle. Let's take a look at that. Assistant systems with a nice visualization there. Then you can do the car DJ here. Yeah, let's spin it around, yo. So yeah, very interesting. So then you can also, it's a nice visualization to pick different options here with the vehicle. And on the passenger screen here, you have everything mirrored. So basically the very same content. Different comfort themes, by the way, available. And also you can set the ambient lighting. So you have ambient lighting battles here from the passenger screen and also from the center screen. And getting in the rear, it has a low roofline here. So we have to crouch ourselves in here. There we go, and the legroom is really plenty. So that's the cool thing, of course, about the electric building platform, and also has a super long wheelbase. Yeah, found these Mercedes headphones in here, so I had to use them. They looked stylish. But again, high-gloss piano lacquer use, always gets us fingerprints, right? So really cozy atmosphere here. Of course, then no big middle tunnel. The cars can get as futuristic as they want. They cannot hide from our folding ruler, the manual style. Here we go. Trunk length, and whoa, this is nice. So we are here at 46 inches or 115 centimeters. And the width, this is more, standard. A little bit less in the lower area, less than a meter or less than 40 inches. And the height here, let's take a middle level here. 19 inches or around 47 centimeters. So it's really low here in this back area. higher right there. But the cool thing is really that we have this fastback opening, not a classic sedan opening, so this huge opening. And this, of course, allows you to load things in and out really easily. And the total length here up to the seat as I'm driving, here we go. And this is a good 2 meters or 80 inches. And now the second interior, this will also be interesting. Here, there's the one again with the electric door. You can get, by the way, a sleek look here also for the seats in Artico or Ambitex. That's the animal-free material in gray, black or beige. However, this here is still the animal skin service with the quilting. It's really sad that they didn't offer an animal-free quilting like they do with the BMW 5 Series facelift. Well, I guess that's not sustainable luxury yet. However, what's interesting, this is here the comfort seat. And you can see here it's kind of like wrapped around here. That's the styling. So unlike with the sports seat, this is also more with a separated head restraint. Doesn't have that much of an integrated look. A lot of comfort in seating. So this already looks plusher, and it definitely is. So if you want a little bit more seating, whoa, that was the door. Did I hit the brake or something? Yeah, that's the thing here. So it's not that good for. Did it hit the brake or did it close automatically? Or just slightly touches? No. Not sure. We have to scroll back and see if I hit the brake. Maybe like when getting inside or something. Whoa. Okay. No risk, no fun, guys. So again, seating comfort here, I think a little bit better. It would be really interesting to see the base seat at one point, because that's, I think, a good step forward. The base material is the animal-free, the Artico in the 3 different colors. So they started then with that, and this here is an option. Yeah, definitely more comfort here in this seat. And whoa, this soft plush cushion here with microfiber. This is my favorite for today. However, my unfavorite for today is the standard steering wheel. We already know it from the E-Class as well and from the normal S-Class with this slot design in the lower part, and then you don't have the split horizontal fins. I'm not sure, it looks weird, doesn't it? So I really prefer the AMG steering wheel. However, the question is, would Jonas have been really hurt by the door? I will test it with my feet. Will I lose it? Will it be the last review I do with 2 legs? No. Okay. That didn't stop before, but it didn't hurt too much either. Well, this didn't feel like soft close, but there is a soft close. And also for the rear door. Yeah, okay, yes, automatic opening. I got it. You have that. I understand. I still want to show the soft close. Come on. There we go. Okay, now please again the automatic opening. Thank you. So this is the different interior in the rear, because here we also have the executive seating. That's an option. So you can see here you can fold down this and then have a special rear seat entertainment. Also for the back of the seats. I always wonder, what about crash safety? Can't be too good for that, right? And then you also have this middle tablet available. They do not offer a fridge in here. Yeah, energy saving reasons, and So now I can also get inside here. I go just to the other half. Let's see about the comfort right here. And yeah, also in the rear, that's a little bit more plush, a little bit more comfort. And I really love these cushions here. And now to our conclusion for today with the all-new Mercedes EQS. Sorry, I had to go for this one. Yeah, indeed, it looks a little bit like a CLA. And why is that? Well, due to this one bow design, the car appears shorter than it actually is. When you use a separate super long hood, a car appears longer. Definitely a daring design they went for, and its form follows function. And that is a very interesting approach, definitely. Usually, form follows function approaches have been very successful in the past throughout not only automotive industry, but also other industry branches. However, we also have to say that a long hood in the car usually looks good and sporty. So it's really interesting what you guys think about if you like it. I personally would have preferred, I think, a standard hood just for design purposes, but I can also understand that they wanted a consistent form follows function design. Interior wise, of course, really spectacular with a Hyperscreen, but you can also go for the normal vertical screen. Still from the user interface, I think not that well suitable for a car driver. With capacitive buttons and screens here and there, I think things are just getting too complicated. I would have liked to have a more classic user interface. You can put modern features in the car, but at the same time, you also want to drive it and use it. Cool that animal-free seats are standard, and you can either go for the slick Artico surface or then here in the AMG line for the dynamic car. Not dynamic anymore. They switched the supplier for this new micro cloud microfiber. So there are choices available. However, not that consistent. They say we are sustainable luxury now, and this is supposed to be one of their most sustainable cars, and they still offer animal skin. I think that's a wrong choice. You need to be consistent at some point, as Tesla, for example, also does with their interior seatings. Then the space is being offered really good. Especially the fastback opening in the rear, that is so cool, and that makes this car so much more usable than the standard S-Class. And when it holds the range promising figures and so on, and also the power delivery, then I think it's really a very good alternative to a combustion engine S-Class. Really looking forward to drive this one. One thing we couldn't show you in extensive part today is the sound experience. This will be a very special part, because this will be available in 3 different modes and also enrich the experience by a unique sound experience, because of course the combustion engine is missing. Let's see what they've done with that one when we go to our full driving review. So please subscribe to follow our latest updates. I hope you enjoyed our episode here for today with the new electric S-Class, the EQS. Leave me your comments right now. See you next time.